every Tuesday night, God brings hundreds of students to the Crossing to learn what it means to belong with Him and to worship together and experience community with one another. My name's Christina. I work for Veritas, the college ministry at the Crossing, and God's been proving time and time again, especially this semester, that not only are college students looking for belonging, but they're actually finding it here at the Crossing. Gillian is one of those students. I met her about a year ago, and God's been doing amazing things in her life this past year. She actually had been saying no to coming to Veritas for almost 2 years weekly. Her friend had been inviting her, but then something changed in January when she finally said yes. So what made you finally say yes to coming to Veritas?
I said yes to Veritas because I felt like I was out of options. I was facing a lot of scary health situations, including a kind of a mental health crisis, and I felt like I had nothing to lose, and I decided to finally say yes and see what this whole Veritas thing was about, what God was about, and try and give it a chance.
Yeah. So what was that first experience like when you did come?
It was awesome. It was just so cool to see the band and everyone was just up and worshiping and praising, and it was very new to me. I'm like, what do I do? Do I stand? Do I put my hands up? You know, I had no idea how to do it. And when we went into the talk portion of the evening, and Kyle was up there talking about our identity and who we are, and he mentioned the diagnoses that I had just gotten: depression, anxiety, you know, mental illness, mental health, and it made me feel so validated that other people my age are going through this, and it's not a burden, and it's not because something's wrong with me, it's just how I was created. And so I felt like I finally got an answer that I couldn't find anywhere else.
So you've been coming to Veritas, you eventually started coming to the Crossing on Sunday mornings too. What was that like, and what made it feel like you belonged at our church?
I started coming to the Crossing on Easter Sunday. Actually, it was my first service, and I was really wanting to come to church. All my friends had gone out of town. I wasn't able to go home. And I was kind of like, oh, I'll just check out the Crossing. Finally get inside, and I'm searching. It's completely packed, and I can't find a seat. And there was one open seat, and I was kind of looking at it, and this family was like, do you need a seat? And I said yes, and they invited me to sit with them, talk to me about, you know, where was my family? Why was I by myself on Easter? And just made me feel really welcome. I had never been to a Sunday service. I didn't know what communion was like at the Crossing, and they kind of took me through that and talked about what Sunday services are like, because they are different than Veritas, and I had a great experience. They were so nice, and I do love coming to both Veritas and the Sunday services at the Crossing as well now.
Okay, so it's been almost a year now that you've been coming to Veritas and coming to the Crossing. What would you say is different about your life now than it was a year ago?
Literally everything. So I feel so much more at peace with friends and family, and I feel more at peace with myself and trusting that these diagnoses aren't something that define me, and the medications, health issues, whatever it may be that's going on, God's got me, and you know, I'm gonna be okay in the long run. And coming to small group with you and learning how to read the Bible and really understand God's Word has been one of the best things that I could have ever done.
If you had a chance to give a message to members at the Crossing, what would you tell them?
I would tell them how much a community like Veritas and the Crossing can change someone's life, and how important it is to have the support and the openness that I've experienced here, and that welcoming attitude that made it so easy for me to come here on Easter and come here on Sunday mornings and continue coming on Tuesday nights and join a small group and create this network of friendships that I know I'll have for the rest of my life. And I do believe that the Crossing was part of my plan that God had for me, and I'm so thankful to have finally found it.
The thing I love most about Gillian's story is that she's not the only one. There are hundreds of college students who are coming to Veritas and the Crossing and experiencing similar life change through Jesus. So thank you for partnering with us, for being a part of it, for your generous giving, and for helping college students feel like the Crossing is a place where they can belong.